Hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. So I'm out and about today. You can see the sun's coming out. It has warmed up quite a bit. You can see the Space Needle right there. So we are having a nice day today. Very cold last night. I checked the weather this morning. 39 degrees Fahrenheit. That's slightly above freezing. 7 degrees above freezing at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You can see the majesty of the fountain. You have construction workers, service workers all around this facility. And you can see this sort of basin fountain right there. I was posting photos last night of Como 4 News, Steve Poole, old news service. I think a guy was Ray Ramsey right over there, okay, with the older style fountain, walking around giving his retirement speech on the news. I think on the news they pronounce it KOMO, News Channel 4. Going back to the early 1980s in Seattle, as I was growing up here, a young sort of boy, child, you know, sometimes watching the news when my mom would. You can see it here. It is very nice. So what we're going to do today is just go for a basic walk. You can see constant construction. That is a big theme of North Washington State. And as I moved to Vancouver, it's also a theme of Southern Washington. We've had the I-90 bridge under constant construction for most of 30 to 40 years. We've extended that now to the Key Arena, okay, which I don't know what it's called right now. When the Seattle Supersonics left Seattle, it was known as the Key Arena. It's gone constant renovation. And we're beginning to see some of that as we walk around, as I have not lived in Seattle, Washington for many years. The cement sometimes gets bigger and bigger. The design gets bigger and bigger. And hopefully the beauty increases as well as the construction projects top 30 years. Now nearing 45 years on these construction projects. We're hoping to see some of the beauty of all the construction, the cement, the contracting, the work, all these machines, right? We want to see that beauty that's been built over the years. We have iconic design, such as somewhat renovated Space Needle, but staying the same, right? When you have an automobile, a car, you see the difference, the statues on 520 Bridge, the changing of the color of the cement. We really get a new and defined perspective on our surroundings when the temporary construction is temporarily complete. So come down here. I think we've decided to no longer do the video at Pike Place, which is sort of where I head in the general direction. As I get there, I'll probably stop, but as I go down one of these roads, there is a particularly nice park with a wood bench you can sit on. It seems to be nice, and you can kind of sit there. As my body starts to heal in the shelter and sort of maintain a floor balance of pain, right? I can find myself out on a beautiful day like today. You can see something like that, the crane structure very high in the sky and just sort of towering there as an instrument to continue this construction. Older buildings, churches, things like that, with this sort of ornate brick, right, are sort of interspersed, okay, with that newer construction over there of just simple buildings for people to live in, stores for people to go to. When you talk about something like a stadium, an arena, a pavilion, the construction in its integrity and complexity just simply heightens. We'll see today if we can see some of the mountain ranges in the backgrounds as we go through here. As we come up to here, and I don't know whether I will get temporarily sick or not, the gas station intersection has several construction projects going on the road. You have building construction and road construction, and they all sort of intertwine continually as temporary projects. You can see the signs, be prepared to stop, right? You can see the trestle right here blocking this road for danger and security of drivers and pedestrians. You can see another temporary construction sign there. If you were to ask somebody who's an official, somebody mandating this, they would say, you know, there's temporary construction everywhere, all over Seattle, all the time, as it continues to build and develop into the preeminent city it wants to be. You can see the older design here of some of this sort of memorabilia building. This is a memorabilia building wall that was now and then related to science. You can see the newer, seemingly more concrete, more solid construction of something designed for living use. You can see here temporary apparatus for traveling to and from temporary construction projects. You can see here another temporary sign, road closed ahead, that tells drivers not to enter that area. We can see down here, as we go up here, there's this intersection construction. We have a bank, a gas station, just simple, ongoing, temporary construction. You can see here, basically what we have is a mainframe building, a design that's designed to last, be moderately imposing, and not have the idea of it being transfixed, needing modifications other than simple window replacements and chipping if there's indentation caused by projectiles. You can see here this temporary road corner construction. And here we have the second side of this. I forgot the name, I called it earlier, but it still stands here and is still a visitable building. That's a technology company designing routers in the 1990s. They were part of the tech boom and bust with high stock price and low stock price. There is one of the news stations, public buildings with designation for operation of news. We have a bank based on the West Coast in San Francisco, which became highly regulated and fined in the past 5 to 20 years. Here we have gas station near Seattle Science Center. I'm hoping I can get both the Space Needle and gas station within Space Needle area or region, depending on the day. As you see here, this temporary construction alters pedestrians and roadways and people passing by. And we have here the ambiance of the Space Needle right there. It is actually pretty beautiful. I will take off my mask as I walk until I enter a store to purchase, or not purchase, just simply shop. You can see some of the newer en avant buildings in larger cities such as Houston. There is one right there and it looks nice, whether it's residential, commercial, or both. A purchaser of gasoline, you can see, similar to South America, sometimes a Middle Eastern country, not necessary in its design, but just a simple interface. We have here one of our most famous convenience stores, which is Global, and that's there. You can see the garbage, the litter. It's just sort of a regular Transcendence walkway sidewalk. When I was talking about the pebble cement, this is the older style pebble cement, which is now sort of replaced with other designs for cement. It exists in pattern and tile in various places, but has mostly been removed, cracked, chipped, and needing repair. Homelessness is somewhat of a virtuoso here. It exists and permeates, as I myself seemingly possibly enter that discussion. We have a visitor from Texas. Texas meaning the license plate. We here have some type of washing down of the window frames, this sort of temporary substitute for an umbrella. I will walk into the road hoping not to be within challenge of automobile. As I get sprayed with mist and the automobile honks, it becomes an inopportune discussion of windows. I can smell some of that Subway market bread right here, also within range of a pizza location. Uncertain where that yeasty bread is actually being baked. We'll walk here along the above road train. I can't remember if I've seen it actually in motion or not. I have a little bit of a confusion here on the pedestrian walkway with multiple detour. It's almost as if this is an open range city, yet there are customs designed for people to get to work, as you can see. I did find money here the other night. It's common to find some amount of money. It was a large amount, a dime, on the ground here. I'll see if I can just simply scan for a penny or a dime. Sometimes the pennies get dirty, they get discarded heavily. I don't see any money on the ground right now. It's sort of fun. It's like a little gift. If you're able to have eyesight, you're able to have use of your fingers, your legs, your torso, and not also get sick with touching money on the ground. It does seem to be like a little gift over time. I may go into Target today. The last time I was in Target, I didn't have my user rewards card because I didn't have use of my phone. So I'm getting a little windy right now. I'm going to end. Probably pick up a little bit later. I hope you're doing good. Bye-bye.